Well, that doesn't happen often here, but what does happen often here, actually, that happens often here as well. What often happens here is Sunday mornings between 10 and noon, we bring to you the Sports Spotlight on Radio Azad, where your voice matters. I'm your host, Rizwan. Welcome, welcome. And today, friends, today we have something extra special. Before we get things going, we're going to be shining the spotlight on various aspects of the sport world. As we go on, largely we're going to be focusing on college baseball as that gets going. And of course, a little bit of football combines going on, maybe a little bit of basketball as we're getting into the dog days of the basketball season. All of that will come later. But right now, what I want to do, where are we? Had this right here. So we are going to tune in right now. I'm a second away. Suits, I could still use that. Here we go. I could still use that intern to do all the equipment stuff, but hey, enough of that. Let's get going right now. What I want to talk to you is all the wonderful stuff that Radio Azad is doing during the month of Ramadan, which started about 10 days ago and is going to continue, of course, for 29 to 30 days. There, we're done with that. All right, so a little bit of information that I want to pass along in that vein, about Ramadan and everything that we do here at Radio Azad during the month of Ramadan. One of the special things we do is coming up this Wednesday when we do the Radiothon and raise a lot of money for a lot of really, really important and meaningful causes. We partner with 20 plus partners, nonprofits who raise money to bring benefit to the needy and the underserved across the world. And one of those partners, a 501c3 nonprofit that partners with us, is the Citizens Foundation USA. Yes, TCF USA. It's a nonprofit that supports high quality secular education for underprivileged children in Pakistan with over 42 chapters and 20,000 supporters. TCF USA funds 249 plus schools that educate 65,000 plus children, focusing on the female empowerment as well as community development. And right now, to talk about that and everything else, it is my absolute privilege to welcome to the airwaves of Radio Azad the wonderful, excellent Salman Hassan, who is also the CEO of TCF USA. Salman Sahib, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Assalamu alaikum to you and your viewers. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry about that. I
Yeah.
keep saying I need the suits to get me an intern to handle the equipment, right? Because all right, I fixed it up. We're good. I've turned off the music in the back. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. Assalamu alaikum to you and your listeners. And I wanted to especially thank Radio Azad and you, Rizwan. We've been partners for a number of years, where you put the good causes on your platform to get funding. So really appreciate all the support that you guys do.
Of course, and it goes both ways. I mean, the appreciation. I have such a huge amount of gratitude and appreciation for you and TCF USA. Everything that you do. Again, all we can do in life is try to. A lot of us are blessed with a lot of good things in our lives. So all we can do is try to pass along some of that to those in need the most. And TCF USA absolutely embodies that. So let's get into it, Suraj Sahib. TCF has built, as I said, and runs a network of more than 2,000 low-cost formal schools across Pakistan. serving over, is it over 300,000 students now?
Yes, you're right. So before we go there, you see, you have to see what the problem is in the country. So
Mhm.
we have 26 million children out of school in Pakistan. And just to give you perspective, that is the population of Australia.
Oh,
So
wow.
as many people who live in Australia are as many children who are out of school in Pakistan. So I can put up a debate here that this is by far the biggest issue that Pakistan is facing. If we don't educate these children, they're going to grow up and they will have no skills, no balance of right and wrong, and that's the ticking time bomb. So there
Heard
is,
that.
in my humble opinion, no bigger cause than educating our children. They will figure out the solution. You just need to educate them. On the 300,000, yes, you are right. We are now 320,000 children,
Wow.
close to 2,261 schools operating. And we always say the negative sides of what's happening, but let's talk about the positive side. This probably makes us, as per the Economist magazine, the largest independent school network in the world. So there's some great things happening in Pakistan, and we would definitely request more support from everybody to keep the cause moving forward.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's what the little part that we can play in that we love to do that. And of course, the radiothon is going to be going on this Wednesday between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. We don't just want you to give during that. Of course, we want you to take part in that. We want to make sure that we make a focused effort to raise funds for all of these excellent causes that partner with us. But give in between, give now, give tomorrow, give after Wednesday,
Absolutely.
whenever you can, whatever you can. And a lot of times, folks hesitate because they feel like I don't have enough to give. So I always try to tell people $1 makes a difference. $10
Exactly.
makes a difference. Everybody's
Exactly.
threshold is going to be different, but give what you can. $1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, whatever you are able to, whatever you've been blessed with. So don't feel that any donation to a good cause is too small. Every single dollar matters.
Very
So
true.
with that, let's. I wanted to ask you, how did this model that you've built, TCF USA, how did the model evolve from its founding back in 1995? By the way, kudos again, 31 years. You have been, your organization, TCF USA, has been doing this. So, how has that model evolved from 1995 to the scale that we just discussed right now? And what's been the key to maintaining quality as you scale the model?
That's a great question. And just before coming to that, I just wanted to second what you said. Every dollar counts. You'll be surprised to hear it takes $14 only to educate a child for a whole month. That's the price of 3 cups of coffee in a month. So if you drink less cup of coffee and just so you can just right now, as you said, you can just go on Chat GPT and write TCF USA donation or go to Google and you will open that page where you will see that you can subscribe like Netflix or Amazon Prime. You can just subscribe for a $14 per month child, and you won't even know, and a child's future will be changed. So
Mhm.
every dollar counts. Now, coming to your question, well, this was a group of entrepreneurs who started this in 1995. They started with building 5 schools from their own money, and wanted to prove that model. As you said, fast forward today, those 5 schools have turned into 2,261 schools. Uh, I think the key to success and how they envisaged it was the organization called the Citizens Foundation. What does that means? That it's ours. We are all stakeholders. It is not somebody's foundation, and it is more of a movement than a foundation. And they when they opened those 5 schools, people started joining the journey, and keep the global diaspora came in, and that is why it has happened. Now, on maintaining what is the key ingredient of quality is, I think, from day one, are actually Shiros are the principals and the teachers. They are our front end force, army, the gladiators who do this day in and day out. And we have very demanding KPIs and measures of maintaining quality. You'll be surprised to know that even the cleanliness of the sink in the school is measured.
Wow.
So everything is there's a huge index of teacher trainings and huge frameworks of what each school scored in and how they can improve and how they can get to 100%. So it's a whole science that goes beyond maintaining quality, and that is why people trust us, because when they go to the schools and they see what's happening, and that is where the trust into the brand comes into play. So quality is central for us.
Awesome. That is so good to know. I think part of teaching is not just reading and conveying the knowledge from books to kids, but it's about how to be a productive member of society, a successful member of society, a so all of those. It sounds like you guys, TCF USA, does a wonderful job of incorporating everything that it takes to be a successful and a productive member of society, not just reading a bunch of books and learning a bunch of knowledge. So, kudos to you for taking the right approach. Um, what are some of the challenges? Like, do you have, as you're scaling, um, are you looking into, you mentioned the teacher training, right? Are you implementing programs to actually raise a high quality of teachers as the overall program scales?
Yeah, definitely. Yes. Training is the center point of our quality that you talked about. The better trained our teachers are, the better quality. You'll be happy to know every year our teachers goes to quite a few, maybe sometime in three figures hours of training every year to further supplement their skills and do a better job. It talks about classroom curriculum development, it talks about management and things like that. However, being at this scale, our thought process is we should, whatever we have learned in the last 31 years, we want to impart that knowledge to everybody. Even if a low cost private school or a government school teacher learns from our teacher training materials and implements into their school, it is still a win for everybody. So we have launched a program called Dastak, which is an online teacher training. We've opened up our own teacher training to any teacher in Pakistan who can sign up for that program, learn how to do a good job or a better job or improve their skills in the classrooms, and then go back to the schools and implement it. So, Alhamdulillah, the impact of TCF is not just in the TCF classrooms. Whatever we've learned, it's an open book. Anybody can use that model and improve there as well. So, internally, we are very focused on teacher training, but also it's available to anybody to use it.
That's a really important point. A lot of times in life, you do something, you want to try to become protective of it. But I love the approach that TCF is taking here in we're doing something good. Public की फलाह व बहबूद के लिए आप कर रहे हैं ये तो you want to make sure that you share it with the public so that others can use the model, use the framework to continue the good work. That it's not just my work, it's the citizens' work, right? So really, really ties in well there with your intent and and your mission and the way you're implementing it. Uh, Last question, Salman Saib. Actually, second to last question. How does TCF plan to incorporate technology and digital learning to further enhance educational access and quality for students in these remote and underserved areas? Are you starting to get into some of that remote stuff that we all got used to about 5 years ago? 6.
Yeah, yeah, you're right, and we are. We since we are at a certain scales, we like to uh, test and retest and pilot and then launch it to the whole network, because any program that we launch has to be sustainable. About 2,261 school units across the country, and we are moving towards that. The children, it's part of our curriculum. We have started teaching coding at grade 5, 6 level. You'll be glad to know that our children are now using tablets inside our schools to either supplement what they've learned in the classrooms with, or going and then looking at the materials on their own time in the on the tablets, doing assignments there as well. We want to ensure that our children are abreast and being good digital citizens like all of us in the world.
Well,
And
that's the
trust me,
world, right?
yeah, yeah. And trust me, Rizwan, these kids are smarter than you and me. They know how to do that and how to run this. And of course, we have to guide them in the right way. So definitely digital education, hybrid learning, especially it helps us in the rural areas where maybe you want some support to the local teacher from somebody who's an expert back in, let's say, in Karachi, and the courses and the classroom sessions are held in a virtual environment. So all of that is in play in TCF, and we're progressing at a pretty fast rate.
Awesome. Well, that sounds really, really good. Thank you so much, Saman Sai, for not just taking the time out to talk to us about it today, but for having dedicated your life to doing such a wonderful and important cause. As you said, you know, I've never really thought about it. You know, in the back of my mind, I've always known that the lack of access to education is an issue across the world, but specifically in Pakistan. But when you put it into that perspective, that there are as many undereducated, underserved from an education perspective children in Pakistan than the whole population of Australia, that is just that's mind-boggling. And thank you for doing your part. And I hope that our listeners will do their part to try to assist you in this great, great cause. So, last question. I said a little while ago that that was the second last question. What do our listeners need to do? Obviously, they need to dial in on during the radiothon on Wednesday, this Wednesday, between 2 and 6. But how can they go donate to TCF USA?
Right. So it's Ramzan. This is a time education is zakat eligible. We have a very, very thorough process of ensuring that zakat funds are utilized in line with all the rules. So my appeal to your listeners would be that please go on TCF USA or anywhere around the world. You can just chat GPT, just write what's a TCF USA website or what's TCF website, or just Google TCF in any part of the world. Go on the website, donate. Right now till tomorrow, so just last thing is one till tonight at 12, we have generous donors who will match. So if Rizwan, you go and you give $100 today, we have a generous donor who will match at $100. So your $100 will actually double the impact if you do it today. So again, request, please go on the TCF website, donate, credit card, checks, Zelle, all the options are there, and help the children. And also please take up $14 product, which is on the website. If you have two children, there are two children in Pakistan, that you can really do it by just $28 a month. But thank you so much, Rizwan.
Of course. No, thank you. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you, to TCF USA, to all our listeners. It is an excellent cause, and I hope that our listeners will give as generously and as financially possible. And again, no amount is too small. Whatever you are able to give, whatever you feel that you can contribute, every single dollar will make a difference. Thank you so much, Saib. Have a
Thank you.
wonderful rest of your day and the
Same
rest
to
of
you.
your